It's not right. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Ant. And today I'm going to be making a vintage peanut butter and jelly strata. And usually at this point I would show you an image of what it looks like, but I don't have an image. I found this recipe on Reddit and it looks really old school. I'm struggling to kind of figure out what it's supposed to be, but it sounds weird and it doesn't sound very nice, and that's perfect for this video. So let's jump in and make some peanut butter jelly strata. Okay, so the first step in this recipe is to make 6 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And in the UK we don't really make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I think that's a very American thing, but I'm pretty sure I know how to do it. It's just peanut butter and jelly. I know how to make a sandwich. I'm not that useless. Okay, make 6. I think I'm only gonna make 5 because I didn't buy enough bread. I think my bread's still frozen as well. Also, let me know if you freeze your bread too. I always freeze my bread because then it doesn't go off. Okay, so I'm assuming we'll go for peanut butter first. It did say to go for crunchy peanut butter, so I've got some here. It didn't say in the recipe to butter my bread, and I always butter my bread for a sandwich. Doesn't matter what kind of sandwich it's going to be, I always put butter on. But because it didn't tell us to butter the sandwich, I'm not going to. I'm also not a huge lover of peanut butter. Oh, it's so crunchy and thick. And then in the shops in the UK, you don't really find jelly or grape jelly. It's literally, I don't think it's a thing. I've never ever seen it in the shops. So I spent a ridiculous amount of money on some Welch's grape jelly. People in America will have to tell us if this is the right stuff. It says grape jelly, so I'm assuming that's correct. Ooh, that's so weird. Look at the little nozzle on that. It's like all slanted. That's strange. I've never seen that before. That might not like excite people, but like that's weird. I wonder because this is obviously made for sandwiches that it's like that. Let's just have a try. Oh yeah, I get a little bit of the grape. It just tastes like sugar. It tastes like sugar and artificial grape flavour. It's not nice. Like, I wouldn't eat it. Even though I have eaten it. If I had to choose, I wouldn't eat this. How much jelly do you like on your sandwiches? I assume that'll be enough. Then put the bread over the top. Cut in half diagonally. And then place in a dish. Okay. And then we'll pop it in my little baking dish. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. Overlapping slightly. Maybe it's kind of like that. I think that looks about right. Okay, let's repeat that again. Oh, also, a little life update. I haven't updated you on this in a while, so I'm allowed to talk about it. But obviously, I was having issues with my ears and stuff. And it's been honestly such a chew on. I've been passed around and referred here, there, and everywhere. Because I did go to the doctors and stuff. And I finally got my hearing tested in an official audiologist. And apparently, I'm deaf in both ears. Not fully deaf, but I'm hard of hearing in both ears. I've got like a little letter there that tells us what I can register and what I can't. So, I'm actually getting fitted for hearing aids. That's fun, isn't it? So I think I'll get hearing aids in, not the next time you see us, but the time you see us after that, I should have hearing aids in both my ears, because I can't hear in either of them. And I'll give you a little hearing aid tour. I've also been referred to an ENT, which I got referred to last time, but they bounced the appointment back. It's been a proper chew, and I'm getting a scan on the bones, like behind my ear, because of obviously the tinnitus. So hopefully they figure something out and just get to the bottom of why my ears are driving us crazy. Like, I haven't whinged about it a lot, so I'm allowed to whinge about it, but my right ear, I can't hear anything out of it today. It feels like I just don't have an ear. And it's not because I'm wearing this hat, it's because all I can hear is ringing. But yeah, I thought I'd give you a little life update, even though no one asked for it, and no one probably cares. But I know a couple of yous who follow us, like my subscribers and stuff. I know some of yous wear hearing aids and have problems with your hearing, so we can match. And that's also why I add closed captions on all my videos. So if you are hard of hearing and you struggle to hear this video, you can click like a little subtitle button on the bottom of the video, and that's me personally adding all the kind of words and stuff to the video. You can do automatic ones, but they don't add like punctuation and stuff, and it's a mess. So if you ever do struggle to hear my videos, then feel free to add closed captionings, because they take me forever to do. These sandwiches don't look very healthy either, do they? It's just like sugary shit in bread. It gets worse than this as well. There's an ingredient in this dish that just doesn't belong. It doesn't belong in the dish at all. And you'll have to rate my sandwich making as well. Have I done you Americans proud? Is that how you make them? I still don't fully understand what I'm supposed to be making in this dish though. I assume I'm just like layering the sandwiches. To be fair, it's a good job I only went for this amount because I'm running out of space in this dish. I feel like that's how it's supposed to look. A glass dish full of sandwiches. Okay, so the next step is to combine milk, eggs, and chicken soup. I don't know why they put chicken soup in. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Also, on this recipe, it says 1 soup can of milk. I don't think a soup can's a measurement. I don't know whether that's like Is a soup can a measurement? Well, it says a can of soup has a volume of 12 fluid ounces. I don't think you use that in cooking. No one says, oh, the next step, add a soup can of milk. I'm just gonna eyeball that bit. Okay, so I'll do the soup bit first. Unfortunately, if you're intolerant to gluten like I am, you'll know that you can't get cream of chicken soup, or I don't think you can get cream of chicken soup without wheat in it. So I managed to buy some cup of soups, and it's cream of chicken cup of soup, but it doesn't have any of the wheat in. So I think I'll be able to eat it. It says it may contain wheat, but it's not listed as an ingredient, so I shouldn't shit myself over this. So that's always nice. But I've already whipped myself up a cup of soup of chicken soup. A cup of soup of chicken soup, that sounds so strange. And I'm just gonna put that in my bowl. That makes sense. Oh, milk, I forgot milk. Right, I'll go get some milk one sec. Right, I'm back with my milk. Sorry about that, everyone. How unprofessional of us. Right, I think I'll just go for this cup full of milk, because I don't know what a soup can measurement is. I'll go about that much. I can't believe people actually make this. I don't think they do. I think people are lying to us. Now it needs eggs. 4 eggs. Okie doke. Right, and I'm supposed to beat this a little bit, I think. Just mix it up a bit. Also, I'm learning so much from this series, you know. I'm going to be a proper chef one day. I know I already work in catering, and people can't believe that I work in catering because I'm absolutely awful at cooking. But one of these days, with all this practice, I am going to take on the top chefs. I'll have my own cookbook out and everything. I'll be a famous celebrity chef. One dish I do make really well, by the way, is scrambled egg. I make some amazing scrambled eggs. It's on my dating application, if anyone ever wants to date. You will wake up to some amazing scrambled eggs. I don't have a dating application, and I would never make you scrambled eggs. That was a lie. Okay, I think that's combined. Now we pour this over here. I'm just going to double check what a strata is, just to make sure I've done that sandwich technique right. What is a strata? A strata is a family of laid casserole dishes in American cuisine. I see. Okay, so a strata is just like, it's just a laid dish. Alright, well, that looks laid to me, so I think I've done that right. We'll pour this over the sandwiches. Push you down a bit. I want to get it all over the bread. Make sure them sandwiches are fully covered in this hideous mixture. Oh, the sandwiches are going to go so soggy. Ugh. What am I making? I can just smell the chicken soup. No. I have to eat this as well. And then I'm sprinkling it with cinnamon. I got some in my mouth. Does it say how much cinnamon? No, just as much as I want. Alright. Oops. Oh, that was too much. I didn't realise it was going to come out that fast. Well, I kind of want a lot of cinnamon to mask the flavour of the soup. I think that's a nice sprinkle. Yeah. Gorgeous. Okay, so I just cover this now, put it in the fridge for an hour, and then I'll bake it for 30 minutes. But I'll do that all off camera, and then we'll come back here and give it a taste test and see what's happened to it. But at the moment, that's what it looks like. Actually, to be fair, it doesn't look too bad. It looks quite... I was going to say healthy. It doesn't look healthy at all. It looks... hearty. That's the correct word. It looks very hearty. But I'll see you in a bit, and we can get this in my belly. Okay, so my peanut butter jelly strata is fresh out the oven. And this is what it's looking like. It looks different. It looks very different. It's not something I've ever seen before. Sandwiches in a milky liquid. The thing is, I am hungry. I'm actually quite peckish, but I don't really want to eat this. So apparently on the recipe, you have to serve this with maple syrup. It is maple flavoured syrup, but I still have some of that proper maple syrup from Pancake Day. Right, let's whip me up a dish. Mmm. Oh, it doesn't look nice. It just looks sloppy. It looks really sloppy. I've cooked it for the right amount of time as well. It smells okay. It smells very cinnamony. Just looks like some cooked sandwiches. Right, let's pour a bit of maple syrup on. I think I want extra maple syrup to hide the taste. So if I was to fix you a plate at home, this is what you would be eating. This lovely sandwich thing. Right, let's give this a go. Ah, the bread's so soggy. Oh no. The bread's somehow like soggy and hard and burnt at the same time. It's still a bit warm, so that's nice. Okay, cheers everyone to peanut butter strata jelly whatever. Oh. Oh, horrible. No. Oh, it's not nice. It's not good. I thought for some reason it was going to be a bit better than that, but it's really not good. The bread is like chewy and a bit hard, where obviously it's a bit burnt on the top, but then the bottom bit is just so soggy and sloppy. And then you can just taste the chicken soup. I didn't think I'd be able to taste it, but it tastes like chicken soup. It tastes like chicken soup with hard bits and soft bits, and then a bit of sweetness. It's not right. It's just not right at all. Who invented this? Do I want to go in for a second bite? I don't think I do. I didn't even taste any of the peanut butter. Let me just try and get... No, I'm not. I was going to try and go for that little bit of peanut butter there, but it is so sloppy. Like, it's mash. Look at that. It's like baby food. No, thank you. No, get away from me. So no, I definitely wouldn't recommend you make a peanut butter jelly strata, because it's just not a nice thing to make. I don't know why some person invented that. Did they taste it? Did they make it and eat it and think, they can't have. They must have literally just thought of it, wrote it in a recipe book and said, that'll do. How can we make peanut butter jelly sandwiches worse? We'll add chicken soup to them. I was going to try and come up with some sort of like saving grace in it all, but there's no saving grace at all. The cinnamon and the maple syrup didn't even help it. I think it's more the texture than the... No, it's not. It's the flavour too. Because you can taste the chicken soup. It doesn't go. I think maybe as if it had been peanut butter jelly sandwiches in like milk, maybe with some cream, and then not chicken soup, and something possibly sweet, and you could have like a desserty, like cooked thing. That could be nice. But why put chicken soup in? Why? But here's your last look at it before it gets thrown in the bin. Look at all that liquid just like slopping off. Look at that. That's just chicken soup, that. That's filth. But hopefully you did enjoy today's episode of Cooking with Ant. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you come across any of the strange and weird vintage recipes that sound very gross, then feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments below, because that's the kind of thing I want to try. Anyway, I'm gonna go away and see if I can get these sandwiches up. But I'll see you next week for hopefully a far less gross video.